Hey guys, first of all, check it. I'm wearing a newspaper. What? Is that awesome? Okay, second of all, I know that most of you are in school, and believe you me, I know midterms are coming, so you're probably freaking out and trying to read everything last minute, like I used to do. So I decided why not do a video on how to take notes on textbooks, so on what you're reading for said class or a test. Now there are three methods that I like. I'm gonna start with my least favorite one and build up to my all-time favorite one that I guarantee you will get you those A's and those 90%, okay? So, number one is your typical underlining. Whoop. Don't let it scare you. It's Intro to Abnormal Psychology, so the book cover is a bit freaky dicky even for me. So yeah, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Underlining. Not the best method in the world, because if you're like me and if you read text like me, you're gonna start underlining like cray cray, and it's not good. Imagine at the end of the semester when you have to read the entire book and just go through page by page by page and just read everything that's highlighted or underlined. Not good. You're gonna waste a lot of time, and if you just read the pinky part or the yellow or the blue, whatever you underline it with, parts, you won't remember the gist of the article or the text you're trying to read. You'll just remember bits. So in your head it will not make sense. Mind you, this method works for a lot of people I know. A lot of students seem to like this, so if it does it for you, then go right ahead, but it's not my favorite. But then again, it works. So that was number one. Told you I'm fast. Not here to waste your time. I know you need to go and study. So, second method is a bit of an overkill. I did this, I think, for only 2 classes, one of which was the most intense and hard class I've had in my entire life, because the exam questions were so picky. You literally had to read like everything, every single detail, so you had no clue what the professor was gonna ask. I went a bit OCD on this one, and at first I tried the underlining method. Let me show you so you know I'm not making this up. So I tried the underlining method. First exam, 54%. Okay, I probably had a huge panic attack when I saw that grade, and I'm like, okay, I have to change my method really quick, really fast, right now. So what I started doing is, because the articles were really hard to understand in the first place and you had to like reread, I started to write summaries of every paragraph in the margin. Yeah, you heard me. It's overkill, I know. Just to show you. So see? Paragraph, resume. Paragraph, resume. Mind you, this is not the best page example, but you get the gist of what I did. I went nuts. But it helped me. Second test, I got 96%, so 54, 96. I think I did good. Whoa, did I work my bum off for that one. So yeah, this is the second method. I highly suggest you do this if, again, if the text is really hard to understand, and if you have to like, you know that feeling when you're like reading and then you're like, I don't remember a thing I just read, and then you have to go over it again. Well, this is gonna save you that trouble. You just, like, literally every little paragraph. See how little that is? Resume it, like middle, like resume in one like short sentence right there. So that's gonna save you the trouble. You can just like read the margins and you're good. You don't need to go into the bulk of the text because it's too much. I promise you, I know it's intense, but I promise you it will save you. last method is my favorite one. It takes a long time to do, but it pays off so much in the end. I promise you, it's like the best one. So what you do is for each textbook you have, you get like these cheap like notebooks, cahier d'exercice. I guess it's exercise book. There you go, English translation. Save my life. So what you do is you take the textbook, and while you read, you copy down like the main titles. It's as if you're writing your own version of the book, only smaller and with only the key points. But I highly suggest you make it pretty. If it's not pretty, if it's you will not want to read it, and then what's the point, right? Use colors, use underline, not underline, like surligner. Yeah, underline. To make it more eye-catchy and to make you feel like you would like to study. I know that's kind of an impossible thing to want to do, but you get what I'm saying. So basically what I did here is, looky here, okay? So the title, I always put it in big letters and I colored it in green. And then you put the main points that was in that title. Believe it or not, all of this, you see this little paragraph? It was actually, I think, 20 pages, if I checked correctly, 20 pages. And look what I did with it. That's it. So you won't get lost. You know what the title of that section was, so you can follow along super easy. And then again, look, another one, 5 criterias, and then you put it 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really clear, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I don't think so. My camera's not that bad. You put it in color, like I colored it pink. So it's very, very straightforward. And yeah, leave yourself space, because if you cram it all together, it will feel like a big bunch and you won't want to study it. But honestly, this is my favorite method ever, ever, ever. I've done this throughout university and it's helped me so much. I have so many of these notebooks, and basically what you do I'm gonna show you a better example with clearer colors. See? Now, they pop. And in case I forget something, or let's say the teacher adds something in class and I want to add it to the notes that I took in the book, the little like cloud here to say, oh, watch out, like this is important too. And this is what it looks like. And I literally love these notebooks. I'm very proud of them because they're so clean and they're so precise, and it's like reading the book, honestly. And at the end, when you need to study, honestly, what would you prefer? Okay, to study this for your final, or to study this for your final? And it's the same thing, and this is better. You know why? Because when you put effort, like when you read, people just, you don't pay that much attention. So you're like reading, highlighting. I don't want to say it, but it's the brain dead method, because you're just like, whatever's important. But when you actually take time to see, okay, this is the main subject. These are the key points that the author's trying to communicate. So in your brain, you're already doing the math, you're already studying, if you're focusing on it, you'll remember it more. If you write it, you'll remember it more. After you write it, like let's say you write it, and when you come to read it, that's when you add the colors and the pretty things, and I sometimes added stickers and I was bored. It's gonna help you even more, because while you're coloring it, or while you're like making pretty little like underline symbols that I used to do, it's gonna make you focus on certain words, on certain phrases, and it's gonna become your own. It's as if you just wrote a book. Of course you're gonna know what you wrote, it's your book, and then when you read it, it's gonna make sense to you because you wrote it in your own words, like I said. And I don't know, you can relate to it more than a heavy textbook. So by far, best method, hands down. I guarantee it will work. Those are my 3 methods. Underline, meh. The oh my god, I can't believe you had time to do this, Anna. Second method, which is every paragraph you resume it in little like mini sentences. And my favorite one, the trusty old notebook filled with treasures. So it's like this equals this, you know. Okay, now go study. I know your midterms are coming. I know you're panicking. Breathe, take a breather. Hopefully it's gonna help you. It helped me a lot, and I promise you they work.